Hello, art nerds! You may think you know all the reasons why you should visit an art museum, but we're here to tell you that there are probably so many more reasons than you think. And if you're somebody who doesn't like to visit art museums or are too afraid to, we're here to convert you. Here are 10 unconventional reasons why you should visit an art museum. Most museums offer tours, sometimes of the whole gallery and sometimes of specific collections or topics, and very often they come free with admission. Many museums will also offer scheduled or pop-up talks or lectures, where they often encourage audience participation. Some of you were actually surprised that in a previous episode I mentioned how museum employees love having discussions with visitors. It's true. There is also a misconception that when you're in an art gallery, you're supposed to be completely quiet and silent and not speak. That is really not true in a lot of galleries these days. And if you do happen to be in one of these museums where they tell you that you have to be quiet and can't speak ever, then you should leave and go somewhere else. That's better. Museums also encourage visitors to speak to each other. Even if they're strangers, even if they're people you don't know, artworks are actually great icebreakers into starting a conversation with someone. You may find yourself actually making new friends out of these experiences in art galleries, or even sometimes potential romantic partners. Honestly, a lot of my single friends often ask me, where can I meet new people? And I always just tell them, go to a museum. Some of you may think museums are just the same old thing and you don't have to go there more than once. Wrong. Museums always acquire new works, as well as rotate existing works from their permanent collection to be on view. In addition, they also hold special exhibitions where they loan works from various other museums around the world. So many museums around the world are free, or at least they have one night of the week where it's completely free. But museums still need your support to stay open. So if you can't afford it, it is usually recommended that you pay the suggested admission price. There are often many different classes and workshops available and are suitable for all ages. And very often they're not just classes that teach you how to draw or paint. Museums may also offer classes on printmaking, sculpting, photography, iPad art, and sometimes even yoga. Another misconception is that all art museums are not suitable for children. That's also untrue in most cases. Many museums are now actually designed to accommodate kids, and they always offer programming that are either kid-friendly or family-friendly. There are kids galleries, games for kids, photo booths, drawing, coloring, sculpting stations, hands-on centers, scavenger hunts, iPad games, iPhone games. I could go on. In my experience, a lot of museums have beautifully designed coffee shops with great views, and very often they have comfy seating and super delicious coffee, tea, and snacks. Some of these coffee shops may be more expensive than others, but if you can afford it, I promise it's worth it. Many museums are very often beautifully designed by world-renowned architects, and very often are just a marvel to look at. And very often there are many places or vantage points inside the museums themselves, especially if they're tall museums that have amazing views of the city. Many museums now also host regular party nights, whether it's weekly or monthly. They generally charge a cover price of around $10 to $15, which in my opinion is more than worth it. These events will have things like meet the artist, concerts, bands playing, music, drinks, food, games, art events, sculpting, art making. I could just go on again. So, what are you waiting for? There's probably a museum near you. I suggest you go. Now. Thank you very much for watching, and if there's something we didn't mention about why it's awesome to visit an art museum, please leave a comment below and let us know what you think. If you liked watching this video, please hit subscribe in order to get your weekly awesome, fantastic artness.